Good afternoon, Southside. I'm Caitlin Finn.
And I'm Taylor Scheidels. On this edition of HTV, we'll take a look at a recap of the theater show. So don't go anywhere. HTV starts now. The school climate team hopes you are making plans to attend the spring social Take Off the Mask. On April 11th from 6 to 9 p.m. in the East Gym, come for music, fun, and food. For the first 100 people in the door will receive a goodie bag.
In this bag, you will find a picture frame that has multiple different sides in it, beads, bubbles, and a 2015 prom mint. So come on out and support your social.
Watch for more information coming after the spring break, including receiving an invitation and a mask.
Our theater has just finished the show for the year, The Crucible, and we now go to our recap by the reporter Carly Fagan.
March 7th through the 8th, Southside's theater program performed Arthur Miller's The Crucible. Theater teacher Miss Liana Cargile and her students had many difficulties, one main problem being the weather.
Well, the weather was very non-cooperative. We lost a whole week of rehearsal right after we had the actors were supposed to be off book. Then they're supposed to have a whole week of rehearsal, but instead we went straight from saying, okay, you can't have scripts in your hand, to basically, we're going to have to run this with a tech.
Well, instead of having 4 days of 4 shows, we've had 2 days of 3 shows. And 2 shows in 1 day is very stressful.
Let's see. Well, once Wednesday hit and it started kind of raining and starting to get the sleet and snow, it pushed our last technical rehearsal. We didn't get to do our last technical rehearsal, which is a huge deal. And it also caused us to have to cancel our first 2 shows.
Miss Cargile and her students were all pleased with how the show turned out.
I was definitely satisfied with The Crucible. It was really, really well acted. I thought that the set was really good, and then the costumes came together, so it was good from an acting perspective and from a technical perspective, and that just makes me really happy that we were able to get all of that together. So it was nice to have my first show go so well.
I had lots and lots and lots of doubts about when we were going to get it together because we lost so much practice and the snow days. But I mean, in the end, we pulled it together for all 3 of the shows that we had, and I think we pulled it off.
I had different expectations going into this year with a bunch of new people and a new director, but I actually think it turned out better than I thought it would.
Finally, I asked Miss Cargile and a few of her actors what they have planned for next year.
Well, I'm working with Mr. Reed from the music department. We are hoping to do a musical next year, and also The Importance of Being Earnest is in the works. So we're going to have a straight play and a musical hopefully next year. Otherwise, we'll be doing 2 straight plays.
Well, I'm either going to be at CBU or Union, and I will definitely be taking acting classes, and also we'll be doing shows with the theater programs there.
Cargile, actually, I will, because we're going to be doing 2 plays, and she's considering doing a musical second semester, and if she does a musical, I will be assistant directing the musical and acting in the other one. I'm most likely going to be acting in both.
For HTV, I'm Carly Fagan.
Thanks, Carly. Earlier this week, senior Brandon Greer, one of Southside's football players, signed with Mississippi College. He will be singing offense line this fall.
Just the atmosphere and the coaches, and I met a couple players down there, and I just love it down there, and that's where I chose.
Brandon plans to major in business and accounting. That information was brought to you by UT Martin Jackson campus. Get the UT Martin experience in your community.
College life is all about discovery, discovering new opportunities, new ways of thinking and learning, discovering the latest in technology and innovation. A campus lifestyle that will mold you and help you develop into a well-rounded, successful individual. Start your next chapter in life here at UT Martin Jackson Center. Day and evening classes available, 6 bachelor degrees, North Jackson 45 Bypass, UT Martin Jackson Center.
As Chris McNeil steps up to the free throw line, there's a lot of pressure on him to make this shot. I wonder what's going through his mind.
My team is depending on me. If we win this, we go to state. Speaking of winning, I wonder who will win the election. Oh no, I forgot to register to vote.
As Chris McNeil steps up to the free throw line, there's a lot of pressure on him to make this shot. I wonder what's going through his mind.
My team is depending on me. If we win this, we go to state. Speaking of winning, I wonder who will win the election. It's a good thing I registered to vote. Make the shot, register to vote.
Welcome back. Oh, breaking news. Congratulations to our concert band for receiving all superior and excellent ratings for the prepared pieces and all the superior ratings and sight reading at the WTSBOA Concert Festival held at Liberty Tech yesterday. Our band students worked hard to prepare for this festival and represented the school well. The Who's Who's most original, Terry Springfield, has little information to tell us about himself. The senior profile is by HTV reporter Kayla Johnson.
There's more to Terry Springfield than you might think. He isn't just an average Southside student, and he is here to tell us a few simple facts about him.
Well, my hobbies are chilling with my friends, playing sports and activities, and going to social events and, stuff like that. My favorite restaurant would have to be Old Hickory Steakhouse, because they got like the best chicken tenders and the best baked potato. My favorite class of Southside would have to be Mr. Weaver's government and economics class, because he just tells a lot of stuff that we need to know and stuff that we don't learn about.
Terry was voted most original this 2015 school year. Even though it might be obvious, he tells us why he thinks he was chosen.
Well, I think I got picked for most original because I tell the truth a lot and I just keep it real to everybody, and also I can dress very well.
Terry has high hopes for his future after high school.
After high school, I want to go to MTSU and I'm going to major in chemistry. I want to be some type of doctor or something in the medical field, but if not, then I can fall back on that chemistry degree.
When asked what is one thing people don't know, Terry said,
one thing people don't know about me is that I'm actually a nice person. I'm a good person, but people look at me and they think of me in other ways, but I'm actually a good person.
Now you know a little more about Terry Springfield. For HTV, I'm Kayla Johnson.
That profile was brought to you by Jackson State Community College. Stay close, go far.
My name is Justice Faust. I'm a freshman here at Jackson State and my major is mass communications. The community college really focuses on academics and that's what I needed. We have the Academic Assistance Center, we have the library, we have the Student Union building. All of the teachers are helpful. It seems like here at this community college, everybody really cares about getting you to where you need to go.
Jackson State. Stay close, go far.
Hey, my name is Johnny Dodd. I want to talk to you about the importance of voting. Everyone can have a voice if they choose to use it. Your vote is your voice as an American citizen. It is your opportunity to be heard and to hold elected officials accountable for their decisions and to have a say in important issues that affect your community. On election day, every vote matters. If you're 18, register to vote today so you can count your vote this upcoming May.
Welcome back.
Breaking news, the winner for the March Madness in the library is Divergent by Veronica Roth. Thank you to all that have voted. There was actually a tie between the two book finalists, and 3 teachers voted in special runoff to break the tie.
Yes. Seniors, you have taken a huge step towards graduation by receiving your cap and gowns. Jostens delivered the materials on Monday. Some of the packages included mugs, t-shirts, invitations. Hawk TV reporter Kentarius Verser has more on that story.
It feels kind of sad, and I'm also happy because, I'm graduating high school, but I'm sad because I'm not going to be able to see everybody here at Southside anymore, or come back to high school and say that I'm actually in high school. I have to go into the real world, and it's just really weird, so.
I'm not really, I want to, but I'm not ready, because it's just like surreal. It's just now. You're just now feeling that you're actually going to have to leave and you're not going to be somewhere for 8 hours out of the day.
Thanks, Kentorius. Students, do you feel that you don't get enough representation in school rules? Well, Hawk TV reporter Taylor Fuller has a chance to speak to us this year at the SCOPE conference.
SCOPE was established in 1982 to obtain student views on public education issues and to seek their solutions. For example, the use of cell phones during school, electronic books, and basic classes needed to graduate. Once a year, every school board in Tennessee is invited to send 2 students to the MTSU campus from each public school to the SCOPE conference. These students are randomly selected by the school counselors based on grades and behavior. Shelby Bradford and I were chosen this year.
This is the second year that I have attended SCOPE. I went as a junior and then as a senior.
During the course of the day, students in 9th through 12th grade will hold a mock school board meeting and get a feel of what it's like to pick and choose what they believe is right for the well-being of students' public education.
We do mock school board meetings and we talk about how we can better the public schools.
At the end of the day, 2 teams work together to debate the pros and cons of a specific academic issue on why or why not the issue should be approved. After the debate, 3 students are chosen to be second vice president, and president.
And then at the end of the day, we have 4 debates on certain topics. And it's really how we can better the community schools across the state of Tennessee. And it's a great opportunity to meet new people and really reach out to other schools and school districts.
All of this hard work and deliberation doesn't go unnoticed. TSBA, or the Tennessee Board Association, encourages students to use their electronic devices to record any part of the SCOPE conference and share it with their very own school board. For Hawk TV, I'm Taylor Fuller.
Thanks, Taylor, for helping us voice our opinion.
Have you ever been interested in dance productions? Put on at the Civic Center every year, Hawk TV reporter Cal Walker has more on what it means to be a ballet artist.
The Ballet Arts production of Snow White will be held this Saturday and Sunday at the Carl Perkins Civic Center. 4 Southside students are participating in the production.
Well, we're doing Snow White, and it's not really a ballet. It's not a play and it's not a musical, but it's more like animated type thing. So, yeah.
When you're going to a show that people have been working on it for at least months now, and you should respect how they're doing.
Ballet is more than just a hobby to the ballet dancers.
No, it's more like a lifestyle because we're there every night just about.
Alright, the stamina and practices 10 hours a day. So.
There aren't many guys performing in ballet, but a lot of girls would like to see more guys participate.
Yeah, because I think that guys have the wrong idea about it and they think that it's not really fun when it is.
When I was younger, my sister would always do ballet, and then I saw one guy, Garrett Henson. He was doing dances and stuff, and he was doing a really good job of it. So I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. So I started doing it too.
For more information on ballet arts, go to www.balletartsjackson.org. For Hawk TV, I'm Kyle Walker.
We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Live your life, but live it wisely. You can't ride in a car texting and driving. You can't ride in a car without your seatbelt. There are consequences for everything that we do. And if you would just think about what is the worst thing that could happen if I did this, if you really, really think about it and you can live with the worst thing that could happen, then you should do that. But you should also think about if it's the worst thing happened, could I get over it? Would it change my life? Would it change somebody else's life? Could somebody die? I was working in Memphis at the time, and I was on my way home from Memphis, and my sister called and said that Crystal had been in an accident and they were doing CPR. And my first thought was, I have to get to her. And I tried to get to her, and I couldn't. I never saw her again until the funeral. I have to believe that at the time of the injury that Crystal died instantly, because I can't force myself to believe that she suffered. It's the hardest thing that a mother could go through. It's horrible for families.
Welcome back. Our Media 1 class has been working on their own 2-minute movies. Here is Keely Turner's 2-minute movie.
My grandmother's absolutely insane. I know you imagine grandmothers being extremely sweet, cookie-baking women who love to spend time with their family, but this isn't the case here, at all. At nearly 80, my grandmother is totally senile and has a serious problem hiding it. It's not that she's oblivious to her problem, she just doesn't care. She doesn't mind if people think she's crazy. She does absolutely anything that pops into her mind. I mean it. For example, 2 months ago at the grocery store, she got hungry and began making a sandwich in the middle of the store and refused to pay. She tried to blame the store manager and say since it was his store, it was his fault she was hungry because she spent so long in there shopping. He wasn't going to pay, though neither was she. The manager called my mother and she paid for her crazy mom and then drove her straight to her retirement home. That's where today's story comes in. Let me know if you can believe this. Imagine a nursing home. All the old women and men are situated around a circle waiting for their guest speaker of the month to arrive. Somehow, some way, the nursing home scored a visit from President Barack Obama. President Obama shows up and begins speaking. Everything is going well. People are listening, interacting, and asking questions. It's going great. Except, halfway through the event, the nurses realize someone is missing. And of course, it's my grandmother. She had escaped the nursing home right before the guest speaker event in the middle of their lunchtime, pretending she needed to use the bathroom. All the nurses were busy in the cafeteria because all staff is needed during mealtimes. My grandmother saw that the front desk was unmanned and made a mad dash for the door. She got away. And so that's how the President of the United States helped hunt for my runaway grandmother. The President was actually the one who found her, and surprisingly, she didn't even get 2 feet off the property. She'd got distracted by the President's limo, the very one she was discovered in. She was helping herself to champagne and chocolate spread out across the limo seat, totally unaware of exactly whose limo she was in. She was actually extremely mortified and apologized and even offered to pay for what she took. President Obama was really cool with the situation, though, and told her to consider it a gift. That still didn't stop her from apologizing a second time, shocking everyone. Maybe this ordeal will finally get her mind right and she'll stop acting so crazy all the time. One can only hope.
Well, that's it for this edition of Hawk TV. I'm Caitlin Finn.
And I'm Taylor Scheidels. We'll be back after spring break with more. Until then, we leave you with the bloopers of Hawk TV from reporter Haley Houghton.
I have another question.
I can't figure out how to say this. I'm so very angry.
So every time, like, there's this one woman who kept getting up. She was talking to her. I'm like, you could Sean, I'm so sorry. She was talking to her kids and she went,
It's like, oh, don't go.
like, excuse me. Yeah, when I be cheering.
Pick it. It's fine. Go away.
nonchalantly walking down the hall. Welcome to Southside High School.
What's your name? Hey, how you doing, man? My name is Taylor, and
Don't cry, little buddy. It will be okay.
I forget 2 sentences.